Thank you for that. So I'm Peter Fonagy. For those of you who don't know me, I head up the Division of Psychology and Language Sciences at UCL, and it's my privilege and honor to introduce the Professor Katrina Scior. So as appropriate for a UCL professor, Katrina has become a national and world leader in clinical psychology with a commitment to understanding and addressing stigma in relation to minoritized populations and ensuring that there was little room for her profession to avoid the need to address systemic social injustice. So for the work that she has done in this area, I think on all of our behalf, she deserves our sincere gratitude. So thank you. Over the last decade, Katrina has firmly established two main areas of research, and both have attracted funding as a PI and as co-applicant, and her work has been extraordinarily impactful. The first area is stigma associated with intellectual disability and how addressing this might improve the general health and well-being of this vulnerable group that she has given much of her career and working life to protecting. She has many major publications, including a major paper in the Lancet, and external organizations have sought her advice, United Nations, the UK Institute of Developmental Studies. She has given advice to Special Olympics, ManCap, and she has given briefings to the UN Committee overseeing the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. And briefings that she has given have been cited by many influential organizations, including the Development Studies for the Global Disability of Government Summit, which cited her report 45 times. She is well funded by NIHR and has developed unusually a program to address stigma in people with learning disabilities, and that is indeed a major, major achievement. She has substantial UCL collaborations, one of the main ones being the UCL Center for Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Research that she jointly heads with Angela Hasiotis in the Division of Psychiatry. She has established another UCL-based collaborative network, the UCL Unit for Stigma Research, which has a far broader focus. Particularly, I want to emphasize that this is not unusual. One of the key capacities that she has brought to us at UCL is an ability to establish links, establish connections with individuals who we really should be connected with at UCL and beyond. But I want to also focus on Katrina's role in teaching and her leadership role. She is still the Joint Course Director in clinical psychology in the Research Department, Clinical Educational Health Psychology. And if I remember correctly, she was academic director of that course for some time. But who is counting? But this substantiates my next statement, that during her time at UCL, the course has expanded. It is now the largest clinical psychology training program in Europe. But it's also, beyond its size, it is probably the leading clinical program in the UK and perhaps beyond. A great deal of the credit for the standing of the course, I think, rightly belongs to Katrina, not just as academic leader and director, but also as an inspiration who led a number of important developments with a particular focus on addressing issues of underrepresentation of people from Black, Asian, and other minoritized ethnic groups. So it is, I think, her enthusiasm, her clarity of thinking, her vision, and something that I think many of us know, her persuasiveness. Did somebody laugh? Anyway, her persuasiveness had actually, I think, made the UCL clinical psychology program something special in this domain, in the domain of stigma and in the domain of addressing social injustice. She has obviously influenced the national clinical psychology scene equally and has brought the same enthusiasm, clarity of vision, and persuasiveness to them. And I think much of the progress in our profession of clinical psychology in this domain is, again, rightly attributed to Katrina. She's also a fantastic supervisor, an extraordinary identifier and holder of talent. And a number of people sitting in this very room now, I think, owe their academic progression to her, either as PhD supervisees or as dean psych graduates. She is, I would say, a model academic. She has already made a strong contribution to the development of the postgraduate program, both locally and nationally, and will, I'm sure, continue to do this. She combines this with important research in tragically neglected areas, like learning disabilities and stigma. She has already become a leading international figure in the field, and as you will shortly hear, she has very many ideas that will make her leadership count in terms of the lives and well-being of individuals from many minoritized groups. She has achieved much, but is now set on a course to achieve much, much more. And for her past achievements, as well as in anticipation of her future ones, I'm proud and I feel honored to introduce Professor Katrina Scior's inaugural lecture entitled Making the Invisible Visible, Challenging Stigma Through Research. Katrina, thank you.